In today's video, we're going to talk about the Honor Magic V6. This device is finally available globally. I've had access to it actually since before MWC 2026. So it's been a few months now, and I've received a few software updates. Even the official software update that is going to be launching with this device officially came in not that long ago. So I'm finally able to talk to you guys about my experience of using Honor's best foldable to date. Not only that, I actually have the white version of this device, which means I actually have the thinnest version of the Honor Magic V6 that is being released. So without further ado, this is TK. This is Honor's best foldable to date, the Honor Magic V6. Let's check it out and see what makes it so special. Like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified to whenever we have new videos for you on the channel. So what we have in front of us is the retail packaging for the Honor Magic V6. We get the device. There's a few colors available. The white color, just for reference, if you decide to pick it up, is the thinnest of all of the variants that are available on the market. So when Honor is referencing the thinnest or the thinness of this device, they're primarily talking about the white color. Now in the box, it does include an actual case that actually includes a kickstand, which is really, really nice. And of course, the case provides us a very nice experience. Now it does protect the device. It has a hinge coverage on the side. It has basically a faux leather experience. It doesn't hinder the experience on the display. You're able to open it up and it expands with the actual device, providing still protection to the hinge. The main difference that I probably will say is that this case itself does not have any magnetic configuration. It does have the kickstand, which is built in as a ring around the camera. So you're able to open it up and position it. And of course, you're able to configure it and set it up in the version or in the way that you want. Don't forget that this device actually has a built-in kickstand to be able to allow you to use it in more of like a laptop mode or a tripod mode. So when you launch the camera application, you actually get the experience in here. So you got a viewfinder here for the ability of previewing the shots that you shot. And of course, we have access directly into the camera experience in here. You can switch it over, use the main sensors, and get direct preview every time you take that shot, and you're actually able to customize it. So it really builds on the form factor. So you're also able to put it up standing up, so you can take horizontal or vertical content, and everything is using the best cameras on this device, which are the primary sensors in here, the 50, the 64, and the 50, positioning us with a very powerful foldable device. The 50 is going to be the primary sensor, a 64 is going to be the telephoto sensor, and of course the 50 megapixel that gives us the ultra wide. All capable of shooting 4K 60 frames per second, of course complemented with two front-facing cameras, one on the outside, one on the inside, providing us the ability of shooting at 4K 30. One thing to mention when we're looking at the actual unit itself, let's go ahead and position the display. So the front one is a 6.52-inch LTPO display. It's up to 6,000 nits as far as brightness. It's a 2420 by 1080 resolution at 406 ppi. You open it up to an almost 8-inch beautiful display here at 7.95, again LTPO at up to 5,000 nits, and this one running in at 2352 by 2172 screen resolution with up to 403 ppi. And of course it does support Stylus, although it is not included in the package, and unfortunately we did not get it with this unit, but it does support Stylus support, and of course gives us the ability of using it on both the internal and the external display, making this a true powerhouse. Again, the case itself that comes with the device is going to match the color of the device, but Honor was nice enough to send me a separate case. Let's go ahead and take this one off. This one is actually a very nicely designed case that has magnetic configurations built into it. Of course, it's an Hermes case that obviously provides a very unique aesthetic look to the Honor Magic V6. Now, obviously, it does not cover the actual side here, but it does provide us a very good experience. You're able to use this with any kind of magnetic experiences in here to add either additional kickstands, since we lose the kickstand when we change the case. But here we're able to position the device. I can go ahead and open it up fully as far as the tablet mode, position it, it sits in the configuration that I want. I'm also able to use this as more of a pop socket experience. So if I'm able to position it slightly like this, now I actually have a better hold on the unit itself by just holding it like this. It does not fall and it doesn't go away. Of course, we also have other accessories you're able to use as far as kickstand, wallet cases, a lot of other things, but also charging on this is going to help us. The battery that we have in here is a 6600 milliamp battery that is supported with an 80-watt wire charging. We also have wireless charging on this device as well. And one of the nice, beautiful things here is this is actually running some of the latest technologies from Qualcomm to power this device. Now, when it comes down to the specifications, it is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 mobile platform. We have the Magic OS 10 running on top of Android 16. So this is going to be what we're getting with this. The Honor Magic V6 is the model. 6,660 milliampere is what the battery that we have in here. Again, powered by the 80-watt wire charging. And of course 66-watt wireless charging with supported charger, so you do need to have a proprietary charger for the fast one. It will support standard Qi chargers, but just keep in mind when you have the Hermes case, you'll be able to use magnetic cases or magnetic chargers as well. We talked about the fact that it is a mobile platform here. We have 16 gigs of RAM and augmented with an additional 16 used from the 512 gigs of internal storage that we have in here. Model number is PNM N49 is the one that I have in here. Build number, we talked on here about Magic OS obviously 10 on top of Android 16. It goes without saying that obviously you're able to log in with your Honor ID, configurations, mobile networks. This does support standard SIM and eSIM. We obviously also have Honor Connect configured with Honor, the ecosystem. More connection options for wireless projection. We still have the mobile platform here. The ability of using a projected image onto compatible televisions that provide us a use of basically content broadcasting with a desktop experience, and then using our smartphone as the wireless mouse configuration for it. Link to window, of course, is also supported in here. Print, Android Auto is supported in here, and of course Honor Share, One Tap, and NFC. iOS or Apple ecosystem compatibility, absolutely super simple. Even if you don't have the Honor Connect application installed, when you first try to beam content from one device to the other, as you're seeing with this sample that I'm sharing you right now, it actually takes you directly to the Apple App Store to download the app, and you can actually go from there and start sharing content as much as you'd like. Videos, documents, anything that you're able to share, it will come through. Now, on there, when we go back into the settings, we see that we have a section here for under Honor AI. So the AI suggestion, the AI button functionality, AI memories, and the Magic Portal. One of the nice things that we're able to do here is send content directly to the AI memories by just doing a 3-finger swipe on the screen. It'll take a screenshot of what you have in front of you, send it directly to AI memories. You can click it, and it just customizes the experience the way you want to hear, and you can jump into the application as we have it in here, and we can actually see the screenshots that we just added. It gets categorized and customized in there. Obviously, we have Magic Sidebar, Magic Text, AI Subtitle, AI Translate, Call Translation, AI Memo, AI deepfake voice and cloning detection, of course, and AI Writing. Smart Sensing and Air Gestures, of course, also built in. So many functional options. And the nice thing under the foldable option is there's some customizable or specific functions in the OS specifically made for having devices that are foldable. So you have the ability of jumping into parallel space by just going into the app drawer and pinching out. It takes you directly into it. You have app scaling, app extender, app rotation, display mode, a lot of different things in here. Home screen customization, display brightness, Honor Eye comfort display here that's built in. You can customize those, turn those on. Has sounds and haptics, notification status, biometric password, apps, battery configuration, customization. Under battery is where we're able to also activate the performance mode profile if you'd like to be able to push this device to its fullest extent. We're going to talk about that Geekbench score in just a second. We'll go ahead and cancel here. Storage configuration, safety, digital well-being, user, obviously log into your Google account, about device, and system update. This is currently running the latest version of the software available on the Honor Magic V6 that'll be available directly if you pick it up right now. So one of the things that I really appreciate about this is the use of, or the integration of AI. Now I know we can actually press and hold in here and we can launch the circle to search functionality, or of course I can basically just press and hold it to give it a second, and then I can circle it, and we're able to see, obviously search and find out what this is. But let's say I want to have a little bit more of a conversation. There's a nice way now that you can actually use the just flex mode. Just by flexing the display and bringing it back, it takes you into this mode. You're able to launch Gemini, share the screen with it. Tell me a little bit more about this picture that we're looking at on the display.
That's a stunning daylily you've captured there. These particular varieties are known for their vibrant colors, often featuring that rich red with a striking yellow.
Very simple, very easy. It jumps right into where you need it, works with you where you need it. Again, you can customize it the way you want it. You can press and hold and do circle to search. You're also able to do some functionality, be able to look into different information. So the integration of AI is at the core of this device. There's even a landing or almost like an application you're able to jump into for even more Honor AI settings. As far as the AI setting agent built in here, the AI photo agent that enables you to actually go in and start customizing and creating unique experiences. So let's go ahead and add an image from here. We're going to add that Liddy into this image. I'm going to select it. And I'm going to say AI style. We can try to generate an animation. You'll see this one is actually working a little bit better. And of course, we can go in, see the animation style. We can see the progress as it's going in, and it's developing this animation style version of our real image, giving us a unique experience. So we don't necessarily have to customize it. We can actually create a whole new image from it. Just like that, the image gets customized. You can see the original image right here, and you can see the basically the animated version of it here. It looks really, really nice. You can see the before, after, and it does an amazing job. And just like that, we went from an original image to a painted image, or an animated image, and of course we outpainted it. We made the image even bigger. So now we actually have even better of an image than what we started with. But let's say you want to be able to run 2 apps. Let's say you want to run 3 apps. Let's jump into this experience. So now it says tap icon to be able to split. So we're going to open up the Google Play Store first. Then I'm going to open up YouTube as a second app, and I'm going to go open up Instagram. And just like that, we now have 3 apps running. We have an app on the right, an app in the middle, and an app on in the center. I can go into subscription here, I can scroll down, I can go back to Instagram, I can swipe up. And the nice thing about thing is, if I, let's say, go back home, it keeps it in the recent as a functional option. I'm also able to use 2 apps to just do a straight split screen. Really nice, very simple. And we're going to talk about Geekbench, and of course, just for reference purposes, when you're using this device in balanced mode and you run the Geekbench score, you're going to see an 1826 with 5,993. This is going to be where Honor is really managing the performance of this device, utilizing obviously everything that you're throwing at it and providing you the best experience as well as possible. But let's say you want to be able to push it to the full extent and you run it in performance mode. This is where this device starts jumping through hoops for you. 3,646 for the single score and 10,762 for the multi-score. Absolutely fantastic, great performance. Again, what you'd expect from a powerhouse running the latest chipset from Qualcomm. Now, when we were talking about the specification, we also talked about the fact that this device supports 5G in the US, which is absolutely great. You could see it right there. And as you can see here, we're able to do 160 down with 30.9, so about 31 up, which is pretty decent considering the configuration that you're using it here. So traveling with this device, going internationally is not going to be an issue. Using it in the US, not going to be an issue. So when it comes down to the camera experience, we'll jump into it real quick. Let's go ahead and get it aligned to the right area. So first and foremost, the video configuration that we get in here, the best experience. So we're going to go ahead and turn off the front-facing display in here. You're going to be getting 4K 60 frames per second out of all 3 of the sensors in the back. So the ultra-wide in here, you can go to the main sensor, even the telephoto, you're going to be using 4K 60, and that's going to be the best resolution out of the Honor Magic V6. The front-facing camera on both, this front-facing camera that we have built in here, you can see it right there, even the one on the front display are going to be capped at 4K 30 frames per second. If you decide to go in and do bokeh video, just for reference on the main sensors in the back, we are going to be capped at 4K 30 frames per second as well. So just understand, depending on the mode that you're using. We have pro video, more, of course, portrait, night mode. But what I really like about this is, let's say you want to be able to take some video, but you have a younger person that you're trying to keep focused on the camera and you want to be able to have them look at you. Now, there's 2 things we can do. A, we are able to turn on the function here where we're able to see the preview of the content, which we can do that whenever you want. But this little button enables us to turn on the front display. So that is the display on the front part of the unit to allow us to actually record content while we can see ourselves. But let's say you have a young person that, or somebody that likes dogs, or they don't like cats, or they like bunnies, they like tigers. There's a few other options in here that you're able to download. But the main benefit here is that now that the front display is covered with an incentive for the child or the person to look through, and you're able to capture that content and get them to focus in there. So it's absolutely great to be able to see this, and it's super easy to customize. You go back in there, you can turn it off directly from there, and then use the device the way you want it. Of course, let's go outside real quick and do a quick sample from the main sensor on the front-facing camera that we have here on the Magic V6, as well as those sensors, or at least the main sensor on the back. So we're going to start off with the front-facing camera on the V6. Now, keep in mind that the front-facing camera is the outside front-facing camera. There's 2 front-facing cameras, one on the inside, one on the outside. The inside bigger display has one as well. 4K 30 frames per second is going to be the best resolution we can shoot for those 2 cameras, the front-facing cameras. But what the benefit, obviously, of having a foldable device like this is the ability of using the main sensors on the back while still being able to use the front-facing display as a viewfinder, making it so that we can enjoy creating content, but still having the ability of seeing ourselves and making sure that we're using the best experience or the best cameras on this device while being able to center ourselves and compose our subject. So let's go ahead and switch over to the main sensors on the back with the device opened. So now we're using the main sensor on the back. I'm also using the front-facing display as my viewfinder, which means I can actually see myself while I'm recording the content. The nice thing about this is, although I'm using the main sensor on the back, which gives me 4K 60, I can use the same resolution on the ultra-wide or even the telephoto lens, something that we can enjoy on the main sensors where we can't see those on the front-facing or the 2 front-facing cameras that we get, where 4K 30 is the maximum. So if you're looking for the best experience, obviously this is going to be it. You need to use the main sensors on the back, open the device, use the option to allow you to use the front-facing display as your viewfinder, and start recording and enjoy creating content from here. You can also use the device in a tripod mode because of the built-in hinge. You can set the device on the table and use it more of a landscape or even portrait experience. But if you're doing it handheld, solo, walking around, vlogging, this is going to work really good. And the quality of the images and the videos are always going to be the best on those main sensors that you have on the back of the device. Of course, some of the main experiences that's going to come with this device is the fact that not only you can use it as, the front-facing display with the main sensors on the back, but it's the fact that we can use it in more of a laptop mode to enjoy it. The stereo speakers that we have in here are obviously also going to be augmenting this experience to enjoy content when you're using it opened or even closed. We're going to be listening to our favorite song, Jumbo by NCS Released, again, just to play it at full volume to see how the performance of those speakers are if you're in an environment where there's a lot of competing sounds.
Back it up.
The sound sounds full. You have a bassy sound coming out of the actual device. Stereo experience is well balanced between both sides, the right and left side. And again, as you noticed, there was no interruption, no stuttering, no issues when I went from standard mode to full screen mode directly on our device. And that's going to be most of the things that I would probably say is about this experience is the ability of going from single to large. It's very simple. Going back to simple, very good. The app scaling is absolutely fantastic, but also the formatting of the actual display gives you more information. If we go over on the side and we see here we have dual panels, if I close this and go back to the main screen, do the same, we have access to the single panel, and I'm able to experience this and depending on whatever format I want. I can go in whenever I want into this. I can even go sideways, provide the experience, and go in, get the exact same experiences, and of course open up the content the way we want it. Jumping into split screen, jumping into AI mode, let's say you're in a specific application, you want to be able to do it very simply. Circle to search very easily. Again, Honor makes it very simple to truly appreciate what you're able to do with the Honor system in here, and compatibility with iOS is going to be absolutely great. Jumping into the gaming experience, let's go ahead and open up Call of Duty Mobile, our favorite game on mobile devices. Now, the beautiful part about this is we're able to play games on the internal display in full screen mode. So you can see here, absolutely great. 120 Hz refresh rate is going to be present on both the internal and the external display. But even if I say I want to be able to start my game this way, I'm actually able to convert the game and go into standard mode, which is what we're normally able to see. If we go into the settings section, we go under graphics in here. Let's go ahead and give it a second. We're able to go into ultra directly on the outside display. And the same way on the internal display, providing us a very unique experience when it comes to experiencing games. So you're able to use the controller, let's say connect the controller directly in here, especially with games that are supported with that. And you're able to use them like that and play games for an extended amount of time. It's a beautiful configuration in here. We have access directly into the game manager in here. You're able to turn on performance mode, do not disturb, screen recording, rotation lock, all the things that you want to be able to customize in here. And of course, just get that and then helps you extend the experience to the next level. It goes without saying, obviously, is a large battery, fast charging, and the ability of playing games on this on both the internal and the external display without any problems. Again, remember, we do have pen support also on the device, on the internal and the external display. Now, the device itself on its own, the white version is by far the thinnest of all three models that you're going to see, or the colors, I guess, that we're going to see. And that's the one that we always hear about. It provides us that unique experience that gives you that light, nimble, functional, easy to handle, and literally feels like you're holding a standard phone. It does not feel when it's closed that you're holding a smartphone that is actually foldable. And that's one of the unique things that we've started, I would say 2025 or late 25 and in 2026, we're seeing devices that are very powerful. Now, keep in mind that last version or last year's version of the V series from Honor was no slouch. It was also a very thin device, but they keep wanting to push the limitations of what they can do. And I will say, I feel like the USB-C port is their basically what's stopping them from going thinner on this device. So with that being said, what should you expect if you're picking up the Honor Magic V6? You're going to be getting some of the best experiences that Honor's offered to date. It is running basically the latest version of Android that is officially available. Android 17 is not launching on this yet, but you're definitely going to be able to get that update as it is available when it's becoming available for you. You're running with 16 gigs of RAM. You're running the latest version of the mobile platform from Qualcomm. You're getting literally some of the best experiences on the market with no compromise. I feel like literally one of the things that makes this device stand out is this thinness, the nimbleness, the built-in AI functionalities from not only Honor, but also leveraging obviously what Google's able to do. I love that little half flex that gives me the ability of jumping into Gemini without having to press and hold. Obviously, integration with the power button and, of course, press and hold on the bar at the bottom to be able to launch Circle to Search are all easy. But let's say you're in an application and you want to be able to bring in Gemini. Just do a little bit of a flex, bring Gemini, go into full screen, and let it help you either document, research, find out more information about what you're looking for, help you shop, or even do some queries for you online. That's one of the things that we've been enjoying having Gemini on our mobile devices, and it is fully integrated in this device. Camera performance is also pretty decent. We talked about the fact that we don't have 8K capabilities in here, but I don't really feel like 8K is truly, I would say, mainstream ready yet. I feel like 4K is 90% of what people share. The content creation, or for content creation at least, your best camera is always going to be on the main one on the back. So the triple camera stack, the 50-50 and the telephoto, the 64, gives you the best experience. When it comes down to editing that, opening CapCut on this device on the internal display gives you access not only to a larger timeline, a much better formatted experience, and the ability of exporting the content to whichever format you want. You want to use it in standard open mode, you could do it this way, you can close it, use it in standard mode as well, and of course go back to working with a larger canvas. That's the benefit of having a foldable. With that being said, you've seen the pictures, you've seen the content from the, obviously the gameplay, you've seen the videos, you've heard the audio, you've heard the functionalities, you've seen the demos when it comes to AI, the ability of using the AI memories, of course, customizing all of the different things in there. The integration with iOS is absolutely one of the easiest things. You literally just have to bring the two devices together. If you don't have the Honor Connect app already installed on your iPhone, you just need to automatically download it. Where it will prompt you directly into the App Store, and you can download it, connect it, and transfer content instantaneously over Wi-Fi. And that helps us basically cut down those limitations where we always had to worry about, how do I transfer my content to my friend that has an iPhone, or how do they transfer content to me? So thank you to Honor for allowing me to check out the Honor Magic V6. I've had this for quite some time, and it has been absolutely enjoyable. Specifically the Hermes case, or the Hermes case that we got in here. It's absolutely unique. I love the fact that it's magnetic. It has a little bit of flair to it, and of course some color. So thank you very much to Honor. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of the Honor Magic V6? Is this a contender for your next foldable in 2026? I'll see you in the next video.